God has an urgent message about your love life today. You've been feeling confused and hurt by someone's mixed signals lately, and there's a divine reason for everything that's been happening. This person you care about has been pulling away, despite the obvious connection between you both. Their hot and cold behavior, the way they look at you with such intensity then act distant the next day. None of this is about you or anything you've done wrong. God sees the truth behind their confusing actions and wants you to understand what's really going on in their heart. The divine realm has been working behind the scenes to resolve this painful situation that's been tearing both of you apart. Those repeated number sequences you keep seeing, the dreams where you're together and everything feels perfect, the sudden thoughts about them that come from nowhere, these are all signs that heaven is actively involved in your love story. This message is reaching you today because something major just shifted in the spiritual realm. The battle that's been preventing your union has finally ended, and God wants you to know that your patience and faith are about to be rewarded in the most beautiful way. God has revealed the truth about why this person has been so confusing and distant. Your person is absolutely terrified of the depth of feelings they have for you. This isn't ordinary attraction or a simple crush. This is a soul-level connection that frightens them more than anything they've ever experienced. They recognize that what they feel for you is different from anything they've felt before, and that scares them deeply. Past heartbreaks have created walls around their heart that they thought would protect them forever. Every person who hurt them, every relationship that ended badly, every time they trusted someone and got betrayed, all of these experiences built a fortress that they never wanted to tear down again. But then you came into their life, and suddenly those walls don't feel safe anymore. They feel like prison bars keeping them from the love they desperately want. Every time they get close to you, panic sets in, and they retreat. They're fighting a war between their heart, which knows you're meant to be together, and their mind, which screams warnings about getting hurt again. This internal battle has been tearing them apart emotionally for weeks or months now. They've been sending you mixed signals because they literally can't decide which voice inside them to follow. Without divine intervention, this battle could have continued forever, causing both of you endless pain. God wants you to recognize the signs that prove someone is fighting their feelings for you. You've probably noticed many of these already, but dismissed them as wishful thinking. They stare at you when they think you're not looking, their eyes holding an intensity that takes your breath away. But the moment you catch them, they quickly look away as if nothing happened. Their body language says yes, while their words say no. They lean toward you when you talk, find excuses to be close, but then create distance with their conversations. They remember every single detail you share with them. Your favorite coffee order, the story about your childhood pet, what you wore 3 weeks ago, but they act like they barely pay attention to you. They get nervous or fidgety specifically around you in a way they don't with other people. Their voice changes. They stumble over words or they become unusually quiet. They create reasons to be near you, then suddenly leave without explanation, as if they're fighting an internal battle about staying or going. Their friends have made comments about how much they talk about you, or they've slipped up and mentioned things you never told them directly. They react strongly to news about your dating life, either getting visibly upset or pretending they don't care while asking probing questions. You've caught them looking at your social media at strange hours, liking old photos then quickly unliking them. The energy between you is undeniable, but they keep fighting it like they're resisting a magnetic pull that terrifies them. God has been orchestrating events behind the scenes to break down their resistance to love. Every challenge they've faced recently, every difficult situation that's made them question what really matters in life, these weren't random hardships. They were divinely designed wake-up calls to help them realize that living in fear isn't really living at all. The spiritual realm has been working overtime to heal their past wounds. While they sleep, angels have been whispering truths into their dreams, showing them visions of the beautiful future you could have together. Their spirit guides have been working to break through the mental barriers built by old pain, gently dissolving the fear-based thoughts that keep them trapped. God has been placing you in their path at exactly the right moments. Those coincidental meetings, the times you've shown up just when they needed someone most. These weren't accidents. They were divine appointments designed to show them how natural and right it feels to have you in their life. The universe has been sending synchronicities they can no longer ignore. They see your name everywhere, hear songs that remind them of you at perfect moments, find themselves in places that hold memories of your time together. Recent events have forced them to confront their true feelings instead of running from them. God has removed distractions and false connections from their path, clearing the way for them to see what's been right in front of them all along. The divine timing is now perfect for their heart to finally win the battle against their fearful mind. This isn't about forcing someone to love you. It's about removing the fear-based blocks that prevent them from choosing love freely. Something powerful shifted in the spiritual realm within the last few days, and your person has finally experienced a moment of divine clarity about your connection. The walls around their heart that seemed unbreakable are finally crumbling. They're beginning to understand that the risk of losing you forever is actually scarier than the risk of opening their heart to love. God has shown them how much joy and peace they've been denying themselves by fighting their feelings. In recent dreams or quiet moments of meditation, they've felt what life could be like if they stopped running from love and started running toward it instead. They're starting to see that soul connections like yours are rare gifts that shouldn't be wasted because of old fears. The fear that used to control every decision about love is being replaced by faith. Faith that maybe this time will be different. Faith that you won't hurt them the way others have. Faith that divine love is real and healing. They're realizing that their feelings for you aren't going away no matter how hard they fight them. So maybe it's time to stop fighting and start embracing what their heart has known all along. Divine love is actively healing their past wounds, preparing them emotionally and spiritually for the beautiful future God has planned for you both. They're beginning to trust that love with you will be safe, nurturing, and nothing like the painful relationships that created their fear in the first place. God wants you to recognize the signs that their resistance is finally breaking down so you can prepare your heart for what's coming. You'll notice changes in their energy when they're around you. They seem more relaxed, their smiles are more genuine, and they're not fighting the natural flow of conversation and connection anymore. They're initiating contact more frequently and naturally, sending texts that don't have a specific purpose except to connect with you. Their conversations are becoming deeper and more personal, as they start sharing vulnerable parts of themselves they've kept hidden from everyone. When they touch you, a hand on your shoulder, a longer hug, the touch lingers like they're savoring the connection, instead of pulling away in fear. They're making future plans that include you, even casual ones like mentioning a movie coming out next month or an event happening later in the year. They're asking more directly about your feelings and relationship status, no longer pretending they don't care about the answers. Their friends are treating you differently too, more warmly, like they already consider you part of the inner circle. Most importantly, they're showing up for you during difficult times without being asked, proving that their care for you is stronger than their fear. The nervous energy around you is shifting from fear-based anxiety to the excitement of new love finally being allowed to bloom. God has specific guidance for how you should respond during this beautiful transition period. Continue being your authentic self. Don't change who you are to accommodate their fear or try to prove you're safe to love. The person they're falling for is exactly who you are right now, so trust that your genuine self is perfect for this connection. Send loving energy through prayer rather than pushing for physical conversations about feelings. Trust divine timing rather than forcing heart-to-heart talks before they're ready. When they do start opening up, create safe spaces for them to be vulnerable without pressure or expectations about what comes next. Practice patience as they work through their remaining resistance. Some days will feel like huge progress, others might feel like steps backward. But remember that healing doesn't happen in straight lines. Use this time to prepare yourself for the love that's coming by clearing your own blocks to receiving deep, authentic love. Hold space for their healing while protecting your own heart. This means staying open to love while not losing yourself in waiting for someone else to be ready. Focus on your own growth. Visualize your relationship with gratitude as if it's already blessed, and release any bitterness about their previous mixed signals. Trust that God's plan for your love life is perfect and unfolding exactly as it should, even when you can't see the full picture yet. God wants you to envision what your relationship will look like once fear no longer controls their heart. The depth of connection that becomes possible when both people are completely open is unlike anything either of you has experienced before. This spiritual battle has actually prepared you both for a stronger, more resilient love because you'll both understand how precious and rare true connection really is. They'll feel deep gratitude for your patience during their fear-based period, recognizing that you saw their potential for love even when they couldn't see it themselves. Relationships that overcome fear-based resistance are particularly strong because both people had to choose love consciously and deliberately rather than just falling into it without thought. Divine protection surrounds unions that are spiritually guided, creating a foundation of faith that worldly relationships often lack. Their former fear will transform into appreciation for the gift of your love, making them more committed and grateful than someone who never had to fight for the right to love freely. When two souls unite without fear controlling their choices, both people experience healing on levels they didn't even know needed attention. This connection will feel different from anything either of you has experienced because it's built on spiritual foundation rather than just physical attraction or emotional need. Your relationship will become an example to others of what divine love looks like in human form: patient, healing, transformative, and unshakable. The peace that comes when human will finally aligns with divine will creates a harmony that radiates outward, blessing everyone around you with hope for their own love stories. God is orchestrating the perfect moment for your love story to unfold in the physical realm. The spiritual battle is over, but physical manifestation takes a little more time as your person integrates this new freedom to love without fear. Continue holding faith even when you don't see immediate dramatic changes in their behavior. Your prayers and positive energy are supporting their transformation every single day. This message came to you today because the breakthrough is imminent, and God wants you to be prepared for the beautiful changes coming to your love life. Trust that divine timing is always perfect for creating lasting, healthy love rather than relationships built on desperation or fear. Use this waiting period to become the best version of yourself, knowing that divine love stories always have the most beautiful endings because they're written by the author of love himself. Your person is finally ready to stop running from their feelings and start running toward the love you both deserve. Show gratitude for this divine intervention by supporting this spiritual message with super thanks up to $20. Your appreciation helps maintain the positive energy flow around your connection and sustains the divine protection that's guiding your love story toward its perfect conclusion. Trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. The love you've been praying for is finally free to flourish,